Well, the background on the Unity story is now unfolding as insiders are exposing the details of what they dealt with when Unity came down with the runtime fee policy changes. And this is very damning and does not look very good for the executives at Unity. Now, before I get into the Unity video, I need your help. This is a video I put up a few days ago. There is a special event that is going to be happening on November 4th where I will be streaming 24 hours and playing games to raise funds for the local children's hospital here in Edmonton, Alberta. I will be in West Edmonton Mall, in the middle of the mall, playing these games and doing whatever I can possible for you guys to donate money to this cause through Extra Life. Extra Life is a charity that's been around for 15 years now, and I've always collaborated with them when I can. Now, on top of that, it's going to be an amazing event. There's going to be many gamers there. So please take a look at this video. I will link it somewhere in the video. Please go watch that video and try and share it out there where you can. We need to generate some hype with that. Now, as for Unity. So this story came out October 23. It's from mobilegamer.biz. This is their report on what's going on with Unity, and straight out of the gate, Unity was told, F you, we're not paying for the runtime fee fiasco. Sources from inside Unity and across mobile games businesses have told us the September runtime fee policy was rushed out and driven by Unity and Iron Source. They are merged with Unity, but they came under fire over a year ago when that happened because they're a known maker of malware. Over intense battle with AppLovin. AppLovin, I believe, is another brand that was out there that put up towards a large bid to try and buy out Unity, and they said no. Now this whole thing has boiled over to the point where they're trying to destroy AppLovin. The firm's long-term profitability problem and tumbling share price were also a factor. In this, they talk about where their shares were at close to $200, and now their shares are like $26. That was back in 2021, so they've tumbled drastically, and that's part of the reason why they came out with the new policy, or at least that's what they're stating. The firm's long-term profitability problem, yeah, we already said that. Unity and Iron Source have been offering some parties monies to switch their agreements, I believe, and a min from AppLovin. So they're trying to pull things over from them. There's been a resistance on the run fee idea within Unity, but those concerns were ignored. It was announced before many staff knew what it was about. In the second version of the policy, they had planned to go with a 4% revenue share, but then after that announcement, they got a fierce knockdown and they put it down to 2.5. The new policies effectively never really apply to larger partners anyway. Most were able to negotiate their own rates through their account manager, and that is a big deal. Why I said this runtime fee was an absolute horrible thing for indie developers, because that's who it was targeting the most. People like that made Cult of the Lamb, where they made a couple of $1 million on a hit game, but it's not going to affect most indie developers because you have to hit that $1 million threshold. But those that did, they suddenly would be paying through the nose, even though they already put up money, bought out the Unity licensing, and then it was like, oh, now every time this game gets installed, you're going to pay much more money, and that's where things went off the rail. One Unity insider told us that the major mobile game publisher and one of Unity's biggest clients met with John Riccitiello himself days after the runtime fee policy was announced. They told him, in words of our source, fuck you, we're not paying. I hope it's late enough in the video I can say that. That's exactly what it is. They said, no, this is not going to happen. You guys are absolutely out of your minds, and we've already played and paid this game, so why in the world do we need to pay you up front? Multiple sources told us that within a week of the panic that followed their first announcement, Unity planned to announce the 4% revenue share on games earned over $1 million, slightly undercutting Unreal Engine's 5%, but the response was so fierce it was knocked down to 2.5 in the tweaked policy announced a week and a half later, and that 2.5 is still also a slap in the face. Ultimately, mostly because people want to stay on the original TOS. We've seen this with many subscription-based programs that we have out there. I believe Adobe tried doing this with Elements or their whole package where you turn around and you had it all. I believe Wondershare did it. I believe there's a bunch of editing software out there that tried to do this when people owned a lifetime policy, and they're like, no, now you're on a subscription base. And they because there was an uproar very similar to this, they reversed the problem. Before the original runtime fee was made, a very large group of senior Unity managers met to discuss the proposed changes, we're told. Half of the people in the meeting said that the model is too complicated, it's not going to be well received, and we should talk to people before we do this, one source said. We were told Unity had spoken to people, but they didn't tell us who. They obviously did have conversations with people, but not enough. It felt very rushed, they continued. We had this meeting and were told it was happening, but we were not told a date. And then before we knew it, it was out there. So this idea that they came up with, they came up with the idea and said, we're going to run it. Plain and simple. As reported previously, Unity managers had been quietly offering waivers on proposed per stall charges if developers started using Unity's Level Play ad platform. It was, as one developer put it, an attempt to kill App Lovin'. So what is App Lovin' exactly? Well, they have a mission is to create meaningful connections between companies and their ideal customers. It's another part and parcel to go with a mobile app in that sense, where they have a lot of people having requests and people just spend money making it. They go partially with developers in that sense, in the gaming market, in mobile apps in particular, for everything that it says and does. Well, ultimately, this has left a plethora of people searching for new jobs. They've left the company. A lot of people quit. I actually covered this in a previous video, and that was the one that took off the most out of the Unity videos, is people quitting Unity overall. And it's absolutely crazy how you can go from 0 to 60 on the speed scale on how fast you can destroy a company. Anyway, I've been your proud Canadian Phoenix, Cinder Shadow. I'm signing off here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please check out the Extra Life video that I did link somewhere in here. I need your help to make this one of the most successful live streams that I'm going to be putting on, and we have a large goal to make up here. So please do me a favor and go check that out. Anyway, have yourselves a great day, and if I haven't said it already, like and subscribe today.